Mackenzie, were you able to finish the work that I assigned to you? I'm going to take a look at it first thing in the morning because I'll need it for the meeting tomorrow.
I just about finished it now. I sent a PDF to your email address. Would you mind please taking a look at it?
I don't think I can right now. I'm actually having a drink with some girls. But I'll take a look over it in the morning tomorrow.
Wait a minute. Did you leave work just to have fun? So what about you assigning me work and saying that it's important because you have other plans?
I mean, having fun to me is an excellent plan, isn't it? Plus, isn't it your job to assist your boss as a subordinate in a company? I think you should feel proud that I chose to assign this work to you. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think you were capable.
Well, I just think that it would be great if you could go over it right now, as there won't be too much time in the morning tomorrow. Moreover, in case there's anything that needs to be revised, I could also just do it on the spot. I don't mind it being done on the way or back when you get home. Can you please go over it tonight?
Yeah, for that, I don't think I'd be able to. Because I might stay at a hotel with someone later. Like I said, I'll take a look over it in the morning tomorrow. So just stick to what I said right now. I know I can count on you.
Mr. Smith, I don't mind you having some fun, but please don't let it turn into a problem that could potentially hinder the progress of our meeting taking place tomorrow. You always look either sleep-deprived or very exhausted from a hangover.
It's no big deal. I look that way because I'm a short sleeper. Plus, don't I look healthier than ever as a man who's already past the 40-year-old mark? Anyways, what I'm saying is, if I'm really having a hard time at tomorrow's meeting due to a hangover, you can just do all the talking, Mackenzie.
Wait, do you mean me, talking in place of you?
Or would you rather join me at the hotel? Come on, Mackie, let's be upfront with each other now. Don't you want to take a break now and then?
No, I don't want to, and I for sure will not join you at the hotel. Also, just like I insisted numerous times before, please stop referring to me that way. Please call me by my full name.
What for? I mean, it's only between us and we have a special relationship. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I do not. You are my boss, and I am your subordinate. That is all there is to it. Seriously, there are weird rumors about us at the workplace because you keep on referring to me by a nickname that I didn't ask you to call me. Things like whether we're dating or not.
You mean for real? To make things easier, should we just date for real then? I mean, I got no problems dating a beauty like you, Mackie.
Please stop saying things like that. You do realize that this kind of remark can turn into a serious issue in today's society, right? What's more, it also looks to me that you've been pushing a lot of work on me these days, Mr. Smith. So here's what I suggest. Put more effort and time into your own work. Otherwise, I shall report your conduct and behavior to HR.
What? So you're saying that you're gonna snitch on me to lame HR? Well, then you leave me no choice but to tell them that you've been flubbing the dub a lot all this time at work. Let's see what opinions they're gonna hold of you after hearing all that, huh?
Wait, what? You can't just tell brazen lies like that.
So what if I do? I bet they're still gonna believe what I say because I'm your superior. I mean, you know how much I'm on good terms with HR and the guys at the top. All I'm saying is, if you don't want to paint yourself into a corner, then you better hold your peace and do what I tell you to do.
That is exactly what I've been doing all along, though. And mind you, but don't forget the fact that I also did all the overtime work that was forced on me.
I know, but honestly, because you were a little saucy, I had no choice but to put you in your proper place. Just as a side note, be sure to finish the document we need before tomorrow morning.
Are you seriously telling me to work overtime again?
Just do it at home then. I don't care if you go to the moon to do it. Just get it done. By the way, I think I'm just gonna mark you as leaving work on time for today. The company doesn't fancy the idea of employees working overtime too much.
Okay, fine.
but I'll bet you're gonna feel sleepy while finishing up work at home. So why don't you just come over after all and stay with me at the hotel? I could give you some extra help with work at the hotel. Wouldn't that be great for you?
No, I would like to decline that offer. I can just stop by at a cafe and finish the rest of my work there.
Oh, I mean, as long as you finish it, the specific location doesn't really matter that much to me. But just think how pathetic a picture that would paint in one's head, thinking that a white-collar girl should sit by herself at a cafe with a lonely expression on her face eating a meal.
Hello, this is Brittany Smith. You lent me some money the other day at Bar Stux. I just want to say thank you so much for helping me out. If it's all right with you, I'd really like to return the favor. Are you available for a short meetup by any chance during the weekend? Oh no, you really don't have to do anything to thank me. I know, but I want to pay the money back to you. Never mind the money, it's only a few dollars anyway. Please, just let me return the favor. The truth is, the only money I had on me was some change in my pocket. I actually lost my wallet and I didn't realize until I was already in the shop. Plus, I was freaking out since I couldn't reach my husband either. You really saved me the embarrassment of having to wash dishes or something to pay for what I got. Well, I'm glad that I was of help, but it's already more than enough for me that you got in touch to say thanks, so don't worry about it. Yeah, but I also ended up interrupting your meal. Don't worry too much about that. I just happened to have some work that needed to be done that day. Plus, I can never concentrate on work when I'm at home. Well, then again, thank you very much for helping me, even when you were busy with work. By the way, I saw your daughter was wearing a Red Hills University sweatshirt. Is she a student there? The only reason I ask is because I graduated from there a few years ago. Oh, wait, really? What a coincidence! When I was still a student going to school there, I remember that the head of the English department used to be a retired Olympian athlete. Everyone loved him. I don't know if your daughter would know him or not, though. Oh, yeah, Mr. Clarkson, right? I think he's an administrator now. He definitely still works there. That's great. He really made a huge impact on my college life. He's such a great guy. I'm really happy to hear he's moved up. He deserves it for how hard he's worked. It's a small world. I know, right? It makes me feel good that a university can produce hardworking, respectable individuals like yourself. I hope that my daughter can work as hard too and become a terrific person like you in the future. Oh my gosh, please don't say something like that. I'm really just an ordinary office lady at the end of the day. If you don't mind, may I ask what line of work you're in right now? I work at an advertising agency. I see. From what I know, it's a job that can be extremely tiring and difficult at times. I think a lot of people in the industry often work overtime. That's exactly right. But this working overtime culture is actually no longer encouraged by companies. So I just take work home as a result. That's why I decided to go to a cafe that day. It must be really exhausting for you. I guess nothing will change unless the root of the problem is addressed. For me, the root of the problem is my boss. Like the other day, he pushed a ton of work on me, so I ended up taking it home. But never mind what I just said. Sorry for complaining about my job to you. No worries. That just goes to say how you must have a lot of stress piled up on you. I'd actually like to hear more about your complaints. Just think of it as my payback of the money that you borrowed me. So don't hold anything back. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, I don't really have anyone who's willing to listen to all the complaints I have in my day-to-day life. So you have no idea how happy I am now that you're willing to listen. Of course, I'd be happy to listen. Anyways, so what happened after that? I also want to know more about what kind of person your boss is. He literally forces all there is to do on me and leaves work on the dot to hang out with some girls. What's more, he often stays at a hotel for the night and comes to work the next day in the morning looking totally exhausted, and then he'd leave all the work up to me again and just claim the results. Huh, that's really strange. Do you know if he's married with children? Yeah, I think so. He doesn't really talk about them much, though. I'm pretty sure he has a daughter. I mean, what an absolute jerk he is. Why not just go to HR or go above him to upper management? Yeah, about that, he's super good at licking their boots, so the superiors like him quite a lot. After all, it's not really like I never thought about filing a complaint against him or reporting his behavior to the superiors or HR department of our company, but the truth is, he legitimately threatened me and said that he can do the same thing to me and report your conduct to the supervisors. This could only ruin my current standing in the company. I mean, I think he's not entirely wrong because he is for sure the more trusted one between the two of us amongst the upper management of our company, so it'll just be me who ends up in a harder place. Oh my, it sounds like he's really abusing his power. Exactly, I can't agree more there. What makes me even angrier is that he also never pays me or marks it down when I work overtime. His name is Nick, but I always call him Nick the... well, a not-so-flattering word that rhymes with Nick. Wait a second, did you just say Nick? What is his last name? Smith. No way. Do you work at L&S Partners by any chance? Yeah, I do. How'd you know that? I knew it. I am so sorry for not connecting the dots earlier. But Nick Smith is actually the name of my husband. What? The names of your company and boss all match, so naturally it just came to my mind that he might be the one. Speaking of, does your boss have naturally curly hair? Yes, his hair is naturally curly. And does he have a mole on his chin? I am so sorry. In all honesty, I obviously had no idea that you are his wife. Please excuse me for bad-mouthing him so much. Wait a minute. Now that we're talking about him, I just realized that you guys do have the same last name. I mean, Smith is such a common last name that I wouldn't expect you to recognize the link right there immediately. Though to be honest, I'm seriously in shock right now. I could have never thought that my husband had such a horrible side to him. Still, I can't believe I just told you all that about your very own husband. I just want to make sure for the sake of my life, but what you just said right there are all true, right? You really don't have to worry about anything from me. So if it's the truth, just tell me that it's the truth. Yes, it's the truth. I see. Sorry to ask for this kind of help, but would it be possible to do something about all this mess? What do you mean by that? I mean that I really don't think I can take another day of working under him anymore. It's just that I don't get why am I the one suffering for this kind of unbearable treatment at work. Yeah, I understand. I also know that it's strange to say this type of thing to his wife, but I really want revenge for all the injustice and mistreatment that I had to suffer because of him. Anyways, I guess what I actually want to say is, do you mind please showing him consequences for what he's been doing? What exactly do you mean when you say consequences? Never mind, forget I said anything. I guess it wouldn't be right to say all of that to you. After all, you are his wife. So don't worry about what I just told you. I think it would be in the best interests of the both of us to forget this entire conversation that happened just now. You don't have to worry about that, really, because it's totally fine with me. Not to be kidding with you or anything, but I'm honestly bristling with anger right now. For God's sake, how in the world can he make light of a woman like this? I understand how you're feeling. The truth is, although we both go to work every day to support the family, he literally never helps me with any house chores or whatsoever. He would always say that house chores and child rearing are the jobs of a woman and just lays around all the time at home. What renders me even more speechless is that he says he has no time for all that's happening at the house because he's so preoccupied with work. But I mean, who could have thought that in reality he's just picking up girls? Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I'm so sorry. Speaking of that, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be picking up girls again after work today. He left work a lot earlier than usual. Interesting. Well, I guess then what he said to me is the total opposite of the truth. He said after work today he'll be drinking with a couple of colleagues. So do you know the name of this girl he's been having an affair with? I think it's some girl from a club. Also, I think there are multiple girls with whom he hangs out. As a side note, he's also invited me multiple times before to spend the night with him at a hotel. What? Of course, I turned him down every time he asked me, but it just made me feel very uncomfortable. What's more, he wouldn't stop calling me by this nickname he gave to me. And this is after I've already insisted to him numerously that I do not wish to be referred by Mackie. He for sure has his eyes on you already. I mean, how much of a lowlife does he have to prove himself to be? Anyways, I'm so sorry for all the trouble that my jerk of a husband has caused you. Oh, no, you really don't have to be. It's me who wants to apologize for telling you things like this. Would you like to meet up and discuss things in further detail? Like, I was thinking maybe we could do it on Saturday in the evening, if that's fine with you. Because there's no way that I'm going to keep on letting him act like this. Got it. Thank you so much for your cooperation and understanding.
Hey, Mackie, what are you up to?
What is it? It's the weekend. Is there something up with work?
Oh no, this text has nothing to do with work. I just wanted to ask if you want to come over to my place right now. Come on, I know you could make some time for me. Plus, I'm telling you to come over as your boss.
What do you mean?
Actually, my wife and daughter just left the house. So I was wondering if you could come over and cook me something to eat.
No, I don't think I can. I mean, this is your personal life and not a work matter. Therefore, I don't think there's anything that I can do or help you with.
Huh? Do you seriously think that you can just turn me down like that? Or would you rather I report you to the supervisors of our company? Are you telling me that you don't care about your standing in the company anymore?
No, I do care about my standing in the company. I will be heading your way in just a moment. But not by myself, since I'm actually coming your way right now with your wife and daughter.
My wife and daughter? What are you talking about? Did you not just hear what I said? I told you that my wife and daughter left the house. Plus, what do you mean by you're coming my way with my wife and daughter?
What I mean is that I met her by coincidence a few days ago at a cafe. And as we talked further, I began to realize that she's in fact your wife. Therefore, I'm with her right now and we're just talking about you.
Huh? What kind of a coincidence is that?
I know, right? But it's indeed the truth. By the way, she's right beside me now and looking at her texts.
Wait, you're serious? You mean that she's actually with you right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Why is he not coming home? I can't believe this scumbag of a man who I call husband. Tell him to wait for me right there, because he's for sure about to have his neck broken. These are her own words to you.
Come on, you know that I was just kidding with you right there. Don't take it seriously.
Well, what about you spending the night with some girl at a hotel? I don't think that's something you could just call a joke.
Don't tell me that you told everything about me to my wife.
Not only that, I also wish that you could be here to see the expression on your daughter's face when she heard it too.
You can't just tell her all of that without my permission. Never mind. You don't have to come over to my place if you don't feel like it.
No, it's fine. I've decided to come after all. I think that it must be destiny to get this opportunity to get to know your wife. Anyways, I hope you're ready for what's gonna happen next. Are you? Mr. Smith, where are you right now? I'm at your place. You didn't just run away, right?
Well, I just remembered that I need to go somewhere. I'm leaving the house now.
Well, it seems to me that you just chickened out. Please don't tell me that you're planning to gloss over all the things you've done. Or is that actually what you're trying to do right now? If you keep on copping out, I'm pretty sure what will eventually suffer are your own standing and reputation.
I don't want to have anything else to do with you.
Hey there, it's me, Brittany. So what you're telling me right now is that you don't have anything else to say about what you've done. Is my understanding correct? You do realize that that was your last chance to find yourself an excuse, right? our daughter and I will never believe you again.
Is this really Brittany?
I'm speechless looking at the things you've written to Mackenzie. With that being said, I guess you wouldn't be too much against the idea of filing for a divorce. Of course, I'll also be demanding alimony.
Hold up a second. It's not what you think. This is all a misunderstanding.
Well then, tell me what it is that I happen to misunderstand. I've already seen all the text exchanges between Mackenzie and you. You having an affair and asking Mackenzie to spend the night with you at a hotel are all facts, right?
I told you that I was just kidding with her.
You really think that I'm so dumb so as to believe what you say? How brainless do you really think I am? Both our daughter and I absolutely despise you.
Why are you jumping to conclusions?
How wrong was I to think that storming out of the house with our daughter would make you reflect on yourself and what you've done? I can't believe that you threatened one of your employees and tried to make her come home to our house. How much of a lowlife do you have to prove yourself to be? You're really nothing but a pervert.
The reason why I asked her to come over to our house is because I just wanted to have a meal with her. It's the truth. I swear to God.
But haven't you also told her in the past to spend the night with you at a hotel? Actually, you know what? That's it for me. The divorce is definitely happening. Even our daughter doesn't want to see your face anymore. Plus, you're never at home anyways.
Honey, you know the only person I'll ever love is you. I'm being dead serious right now. Hanging out with girls to me is nothing more than a hobby. Girls, guys, I see no difference. Please think the divorce over again.
What are you talking about? There's a huge difference between hanging out with girls and sleeping with them. The fact that you say all this with such a straight face makes you all the more a jerk. There's absolutely no way for me to continue living under the same roof with a man like you. Our daughter and I will pretend that we've never known you and live our lives without ever thinking about you again.
How can you say that to me? How can you pretend to have never known me? Do you think it's okay to say stuff like this to your own husband?
You were once my husband, but not anymore. After all, I guess it really is destiny for me to have the opportunity to meet Mackenzie.
What kind of a destiny is that?
The kind that destines you to karma. And as your wife, my last duty will be to give it to you. Just know that I'm doing it not only for myself, but also for Mackenzie, who you have harassed all this time.
Don't do that, Taylor. I'm sorry. I'll be heading back now. I'll also make a formal apology, so just forgive me this time.
It's too late, Mr. Smith. It seems like your wife is going to hire a lawyer now to discuss further details in regards to the divorce. She's also going to let the company know all about this.
The company? This has nothing to do with the company. What is she going to say to them?
Probably things like how you threatened me as my boss and try to have me come over to your place. Or it could be those times when you wouldn't acknowledge my overtime work, am I right? And the fact that you often force all the jobs on me and then just skip work yourself to pick up girls.
Fine, Mackenzie. I acknowledge everything that I did to you. I'm serious. I have well understood the way you feel. Furthermore, I will apologize for all that I've done up until now. So stop my wife from doing what she's about to do.
You think finally calling me by my name is going to change anything? It's not. Also, I've literally been waiting to say this for the longest time. But you're such a loser of a boss that you make me sick to my stomach.
I think that's a little harsh.
You're lucky I'm polite. From what I know, what you did is power harassment because you aren't capable of doing your own job. You really should be ashamed of yourself as a man. So from now on, please stop being such a nuisance to me and standing in my way. It's time for you to know that a jerk of a boss like you carries the risk of decreasing the productivity of the entire company.
How dare you speak to me that way? Don't forget that I'm still your boss.
Well, you won't be any longer as I see it. So I'll say whatever I want to you because now you're just an ordinary, low-life jerk as far as I'm concerned. You thought you were untouchable, didn't you? Man, it's so satisfying to see you get what you deserve. Anyways, you should just give up all your shenanigans, because if you don't, the only person that'll be painted into a corner in the end can only be you, yourself. So grow up and act like an adult. After this incident, my boss's wife told me that she'll be taking the matter to our company, so I advised her to bring my boss's laptop with her. The reason why I gave her this advice is because I think that the laptop might offer some new evidence about his misconduct. And just like the way I saw it coming, it seems that proof of my boss's misappropriating company funds had been found in his laptop. And guess what's even more unbelievable? That dirtbag has been using company party expenses to pick up girls at strip clubs. Needless to say, my boss was fired as a result. What's worse, his wife and him are now divorced and she lives alone with their daughter. I heard that he has to pay alimony every month to his wife now. Somehow he actually managed to find a new job somewhere. Just out of curiosity, I asked his wife about what he does at his new workplace. Well, it turns out he got a job through one of his little girlfriend's connections. I mean, I think the word sweatshop is a better way to describe it. Nonetheless, he has no choice but to keep working there because he's short on money. At this point, all I want is for him to go through a tough time for all the benefit that he's reaped up until now at the expense of others. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when a new video comes out. Don't forget to also leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.